Hello, welcome back. My name is Jay Oza. I'm an author, speaker, executive coach, and an eternal student. I want to share something with you that I've run into, that I'm sure you also are running into, which is how do we keep up with all the stuff that we have to know? I'm sure you're like me, you purchase books and they go unread, and you kind of like kicking yourself like, I wanted to finish this book. And before you know it, you got more books. And the ones that you bought a few months ago is gone. You can't even get to it anymore. So obviously, today, one of the skills that we all need is we need to read fast. Now, I can't read fast. So I came across this thing that I think I accidentally discovered, which is I listen to books using Audible. That's the Amazon. So, for example, what I do now is, especially for business-oriented books, nonfiction, it works really well. It may even work well if you're reading a trashy novel which you want to finish, but it definitely works well for nonfiction. If you look at it on the bottom left, you get different speed, narration speed. It goes from 0.75x, 1x, 1.25, 1.5, 2x, 2.5, and 3x. Okay? Now, what I do is, so let's say a book is 10 hours, a nonfiction book. I will increase the speed to 2x and we'll finish the book in half the time. But I would be reading at the same time. I would not be listening to the book while I'm driving. I'm reading and listening at the same time. And what this does is that it allows you to skip words without really skipping words because the words are all said. So you listen to it, but you just focus on the words that you're reading and not feel like you missed anything, if that makes any sense. It's a different kind of a feeling. You're gonna have to try it, but it really works for me. I can just finish a book so quickly that I'm sometimes surprised that I finished the book in such a short time. And I'm now moving from 2x to 2.5x. So I'm practicing that, and ultimately I would like to get to 3x. Now I'm not saying this is, now again, you're gonna have to vary it based on the book you're reading. You can try, so you just can't get to 2.5x that quickly. You gotta start with the regular speed, move it to 1.25, 1.5, 2, like that. It's incremental, and then you eventually can keep up with it. You automatically adjust to it, and immediately your reading speed will keep up with the listening speed. So that's what I'm trying to do. Your reading speed is keeping with the listening speed. The advantage, again, I'll repeat this, is when you're listening, it's going to say all the words, and they're going to go really fast. But when you're reading, because you're listening, you don't really need to read all the words because you're already hearing it. So what I would do then is I would highlight the areas that caught my attention. I will just go through it quickly, right? Boom. And then after I finish the book, I'll come back to the areas that I have marked up and then go into it in detail. So what this does is it allows me to finish an entire book without skipping anything. Because sometimes there are things that you'll come across that may be very specific to you that you only will know it if you go through the entire book. Some people say, I'm going to focus on this chapter, that chapter. No, there's always some tidbit that's in there. Unless you read it, you won't realize if that's important to you. You can't just read some review and saying, oh, these are the key chapters. No, it doesn't work. You've got to go through the entire book. And you may even want to skip a chapter if you think that chapter is completely something you know, then skip it. But this way you can say you read the entire book and then pick out the key areas that you want to go back to. And those are the areas you want to focus on to get real depth about that book that you just read. And that's what I do. And I just wanted to share that with you because I am sure you are running into the same problem that I am. There's so much to read today. and you just don't have the time, how do you deal with this? Well, what I just gave you, get Audible, learn to play with the different narration speed, and read it at the same time. And what it also will do is you'll become a better listener, but also you'll become a better reader too. Try it. Let me know how it goes. And if you're interested in finding out more about my book, just go to Amazon, and the book title is Winning Speech Moments: How to Achieve Your Objective with Anyone, Anytime, Anywhere. Okay? Thank you very much.